Have you ever heard of a person who seemed to exist only in shadows? No family, no real name, no trace of a life, except for the day her burned body was discovered in a Norwegian valley. This is not just another crime story. This is the mystery of the woman who shouldn't exist. The mystery of the Isdal woman. The discovery. It was November 29th, 1970. The weather was cold, the air sharp, and snow clung to the edges of the forest in Bergen, Norway. A father and his two daughters were hiking through Isdal Valley, a place already known locally as Death Valley because of its history of suicides and accidents. But what they stumbled upon that day was far darker. Lying among the rocks was the body of a woman. Her skin was scorched, her arms outstretched. The scene looked staged, like something out of a spy thriller. Scattered around her were strange belongings: a broken umbrella, water bottles, a half-burned passport, and pieces of clothing with all the labels cut out. Even the fingerprints on certain items had been carefully wiped away. Who was she? And why had someone gone to such lengths to erase her? The autopsy. When the body was brought to the morgue, investigators were baffled. The autopsy revealed she had swallowed around 50 to 70 sleeping pills, enough to kill several people. But there was more. Smoke particles were found in her lungs. That meant she was alive when the fire started. Someone had either forced her into this, or she had chosen a most painful way to die. The official conclusion? Possible suicide. But many detectives refused to believe it. The scene was too strange, too deliberate. The suitcases. A few days later, police received a break. At the Bergen train station, they discovered 2 suitcases linked to the woman. Inside was a collection of bizarre items: wigs of different styles and colors, non-prescription glasses, cosmetics, clothing from across Europe, again, with every single label removed. And most chilling of all, a notebook filled with codes, rows of letters and numbers, seemingly meaningless. But when investigators cracked it, they realized it was a travel log, a record of the woman's movements across Europe. Wherever she went, she checked in under fake names. She stayed at hotels in Norway, Belgium, and Germany, always paying in cash. She spoke multiple languages: German, French, Flemish, and English. She lived like a ghost, hiding in plain sight. Witnesses. Hotel staff later described her as elegant, mysterious, but also nervous. One remembered her sitting in the dining room, always watching the door. Another swore she was being followed by strange men. Some described her as Mediterranean-looking. Others thought she was Eastern European, but no one could ever agree on who she really was. theories. With every clue, the case became stranger. The most popular theory: she was a spy. This was the height of the Cold War, and Norway, though small, was strategically important. Its coastline was near Soviet waters, its mountains dotted with NATO radar stations. Could she have been a secret agent, caught between East and West? Was her death a botched operation or an execution? Other theories emerged. Perhaps she was part of the black market, smuggling goods across borders. Perhaps she was involved in illegal arms deals. Or maybe, just maybe, it really was suicide, carried out in a way designed to keep her life hidden forever. But if that were true, why the wigs? Why the false identities? Why the codes? The burial. Despite an international investigation, no one ever came forward to claim her body. No missing person report matched her. No family stepped forward. And so, in February 1971, she was buried in Bergen. Only a few police officers and strangers attended. Her coffin was marked simply, "Known unto God." A nameless woman, a forgotten life, but not a forgotten mystery. Modern investigations. Decades later, the case was reopened with modern technology. Scientists used isotope analysis on her teeth and bones. The results suggested she had grown up in Central or Eastern Europe, possibly in Germany, near the border with France or Luxembourg. Her dental work was unusual. Methods commonly used in Eastern Europe during the Cold War. This only fueled the spy theory further. In recent years, DNA testing has been attempted, but so far, it has not revealed her identity. Even with modern science, she remains as elusive as ever. The unanswered questions. More than 50 years later, the Isdal woman's case continues to baffle investigators and fascinate the public. Who was she running from? Why was she living under so many identities? And who or what wanted her silenced forever? Was she a spy, erased by the Cold War? A fugitive hiding from her past? Or a lonely woman who chose to vanish in the most dramatic way possible? We may never know. Closing. The story of the Isdal woman is not just a mystery. It's a reminder of how fragile identity can be. How a person can live an entire life, travel across countries, speak many languages, and yet leave behind almost nothing, except for questions. And perhaps that is why her story still haunts us, because the most chilling mysteries are the ones that remain unsolved.